Last week we were discussing the downsizer contribution, what type of contribution that is, how it works, and what are the rules you have to meet to be eligible to make this type of contribution. If you missed that video, please watch it right here, Downsizer Contribution to Super Part 1. I will attach the link below the video, as well as you have the link listed just about right now, and I will also include it at the end of this video. And today we will continue our discussion about that very valuable type of superannuation contribution. Today I will explain who will benefit from this strategy, essential factors that you need to be aware of and you need to take into consideration, and I will give you some solid examples of how it works in real life situations. My name is Catherine Eastbrand from About Retirement. I'm certified financial planner, and you are watching About Retirement TV, the place that is fully dedicated to the issue of retirement, how to be financially prepared or how to improve your retirement if you're already there. The author of The Little Prince, which was one of my favorite books from my childhood. He was French. I cannot speak French, so I will not even try to pronounce his name. But he said, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So if you want to have safe, secure, but also enjoyable and financially successful and rewarding retirement, you need to do some solid planning and not just wishful thinking. So let's start. Who can benefit from downsizers contribution? Number one, this strategy can be very beneficial if you are between ages of 65 and 74, as you are not required to meet any work test in order to contribute. Number two, it can be particularly appealing if you are over the age of 74, as this is just about the only way how you can add any money to your superannuation fund. Number three, if you are a self-funded retiree who would like to put more money to superannuation to improve your income level, especially if you know that you are never going to be eligible for age pension or any other government benefit. Number four, your superannuation is already over $1.7 million in value and you want to take advantage of a lower superannuation tax rate of 15% rather than paying tax outside of superannuation. But you should also understand the transfer balance cap rules that will still apply regardless of the value of your superannuation. My recommendation is please get good retirement advice. There are other important issues you really need to remember and consider. Number one, the downsizer's contribution can affect your age pension entitlement. When money is part of value of your home, it is exempt from income and asset test. However, now that you have decided to extract those funds from your home equity, that added contribution will impact the level of age pension you might be eligible for, or you might lose that benefit altogether, which obviously will impact your overall financial situation. So please contact me to find out what strategies you can use to have both income from your super and some age pension as well. Number two, please also be aware that the increased superannuation balance will also impact your eligibility for residential aged care as well as home care services. If this is you, or maybe this is the case of your parents, again, please contact me for personal advice. Number three, as mentioned before, you are required to make the downsizer contributions within 90 days of receiving the proceeds, which is usually the settlement date. However, if due to factors outside of your control there is a delay in receiving those funds, you can apply to the tax office for the extension of your contribution period. Number 4, the downsizer contribution doesn't have to be paid in one lot. As a matter of fact, you can do multiple contributions as long as the total does not exceed the allowable limit of $300,000 per eligible person, and all contributions need to be completed within the prescribed 90 days period. Number 5, if for some reason tax office decides that you have not met all the rules of downsizer contributions, your super fund will assess if they can keep funds under the regular non-concessional contributions. If not, then the balance will be refunded back to you. Number 6, there is no requirement for you to purchase a new home. Sometimes it might be actually beneficial due to many reasons not to buy a new family home. It could be a lifestyle choice. You might be advised that becoming a non-homeowner is better financial and income decision, especially for age pension payments. Or maybe your retirement plan is to live overseas after selling your family home in Australia and after applying for age pension. And timing here is crucial. So let's now check some examples. Steve is 76 and Margaret is 72. They are married and they decide to sell their family home of 25 years for the amount of $900,000. After the sale of their home, each partner can contribute up to $300,000 to their respective superannuation funds. Tom is 67 and his wife Ella is 64. They sold their family home for $850,000. Tom can contribute to superannuation up to $300,000, but Ella cannot contribute anything. Why? Well, she's not eligible for downsizer contribution, being below the age of 65. Martin, who is 71, and his wife Kate is 70, they've just sold their home for $450,000. As the total sale price is $450,000 and the total contribution cannot exceed the sale proceeds, therefore they can only contribute up to $450,000, and they can split this contribution in any way they wish, up to $300,000 per person. Therefore, they can contribute, for example, $200,000 for one partner and $250,000 for the other, or $300,000 for one and $150,000 for the other. It is a good idea to make good plans how to split those funds for the best income planning for the rest of your retirement. Bob is 68 and Paula is 67. They sold their family home for $600,000, but only Bob was on the title. So what is going to happen in this situation? Is Paula eligible since legally she is not the owner of the family home? Actually, they both are still eligible to contribute $300,000 each to their respective super funds. And right now, let's see Mary, who is 69. Her husband, Ryan, died a year ago. He was the original owner of the house for over 20 years, but they were only married for 5 years of Ryan's life. Mary wants to move on with her life and she sold the house for $640,000. She lived in the house for 5 years while Ryan was alive and 1 year after his death. So altogether, she lived in that house only for 6 years and not 10-year period required. So would she be eligible to contribute to super? What do you think? Well, yes, she is eligible as her life partner lived in that house for over 10 years. This is sufficient evidence for tax office to accept Mary's downsizer contributions eligibility. As you can see, each situation might be different and each requires its own specific planning. Not only it is sometimes very difficult to figure out if you are eligible for the downsizer contribution or any other contribution for that matter, but what is even more important, you should know precisely the outcome long before you start selling your home. Otherwise, you might have a nasty surprise like losing your age pension entitlement when you are completely unprepared. One good news that I want to mention here is that in the 2021-22 federal budget, the government proposed to reduce the age of eligibility for a downsizer contribution from 65 to 60, but it still needs to pass as a legislation. The plan is to commence this change from 1st July 2022. For more details, watch my video Federal Budget 2021-22 for pre- and post-retirement. Before you make your decision if downsizer contribution is for you, please check this with an experienced retirement planner so you can implement the most beneficial strategies for your future retirement. There are so many things that require your attention and your consideration that this professional advice can actually go a very, very long way for you. For more information about efficient and proficient retirement planning, check out all my videos right here on this channel. In case you haven't noticed, at the top banner of my channel, in the right corner, you should find a link to my ebook, 12 Principles of Investing. Feel free to download the ebook after you finish listening to this video and then return to listen to some more of my videos that explain all other issues of retirement planning. I also invite you to visit my website aboutretirement.com.au where you will find lots of additional information all dedicated to the topic of retirement. And while you are there, please sign up to my newsletter to keep up with all the changes that might affect your retirement plans. And now I invite you to watch this mentioned video, part 1 of the downsizer contribution. Great start to fully understand those rules of this type of contribution to superannuation. The second lot of videos is all about other forms of investing into super and benefits of each one of them, either immediately or during your retirement or both. I will see you in my next video. Bye.